Good evening. We're on the set of Forbidden Fruits. My name is Eveangel Savage with Audacity Group Social Enterprise. I have with me today three wonderful people, Norma Warren, Cheryl Cloyd Robbins, and TJ Harper, all of Forbidden Fruits. We're going to be talking a little bit about what it means to put together a production and its foundation, and a little bit about the company that it derives from. Please take a few minutes to introduce yourselves, Miss Norma Warren.
Hi, my name is Norma. I am originally from Roper, North Carolina, which is in Washington County. I have been in Pitt County for the last 21 years. I am co-founder of Rain Incorporated, which has produced Forbidden Fruits, and we want to thank you, Angel, for having us on set today, along with my co-founder, Cheryl Cloyd Robbins, and Mr. TJ Harper, the director of Forbidden Fruits.
Thank you, Ms. Cloyd Robbins.
I'm Cheryl. I am originally from Hertford County, North Carolina. I was a student at ECU, graduated, and then went to Troy University. I am the writer for Forbidden Fruits and the author of the three other books that we have housed in our literary expressions group at Rain Incorporated. Again, I'm the co-founder of Rain Incorporated, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and I'm TJ Harper. I'm originally from Meridian, Mississippi. I'm now living in North Carolina, and they brought me on as the director for Forbidden Fruits, which was a amazing collaboration, and you know, we did some great things this season.
And Forbidden Fruits is just one of many productions and things to come of a major corporation that has emerged here in our area. And we're going to talk with Ms. Warren and Ms. Robbins, Cloyd Robbins, about their new company, Rain Incorporated. Tell us a little bit about Rain and where it derived from and your inspiration behind that.
Rain Incorporated is a collaboration of CCR Books, which is Cheryl's company, and Warren & Warren Entertainment, which is my company. And based on our previous collaborations together, Cheryl and I decided to merge the two companies and form Rain Incorporated in August of 2014. Our company has 4 different divisions. We have a literary expressions division, which Cheryl just alluded to earlier with the 3 different books that are housed in our company. We have a children's book, which is Imani Hates the School Bus, and 2 adult books, Deliver Us from Evil and Forgive Us Our Trespasses, which is all 3 of those have been written by Cheryl Cloyd Robbins. We have Media Productions, which is where Forbidden Fruits falls, and we have a retail development division, and we also have a talent management division. So Rain Incorporated is really about a whole lot of different things, and not just for the Forbidden Fruits, but Forbidden Fruits is a major component of what we do, and we are very proud of this production, and we're happy to have you here with us, especially on set, and introducing the entire world to what we're trying to put out there about what we're doing. But I do want everybody to understand that it's only 1/4 of what we do, and we would love for everybody to jump on board with the other 2 or 3/4.
Would you like to add anything to that, Ms. Cloyd Robbins?
No, I think she summed it up pretty well. I mean, Forbidden Fruits has just been a lot of fun. It definitely has taken our full effort and, 1,000% from the cast and crew and from the production team to the administrative team. So, and the community has just embraced this project. And, here in Greenville, it's the first time this has been done. So we're really excited to have had so much support. So,
and you should be very excited, because it is an exciting time in our area to see such a major project lift off and actually come to fruition. And we are just as excited, Mr. Harper, about your responsibilities in Forbidden Fruits and what it takes to produce such a piece. We are halfway through season 1 of Forbidden Fruits. Mm-hmm. Tell us what it's like to produce such a major film.
Well, it first comes from a idea that was created with Norma and Cheryl, And we got together with the idea. They showed me the script, and I really liked it. And it was something that my company was, that we do. We do drama as a genre of films. And I got with them, and I said, okay, I like the script. Let's do it. They showed me the cast. The cast immediately bonded. You bring a group of people like that usually, and you have a group of people like that, you got different egos clashing and things like that, but nobody had a clash. I can't remember one argument we had on set. Not one. That's really unheard of in this industry, especially with spending so much time and the hours that we put forth together on this project. And then you bring together all these people, and they got to grow over the 10 weeks we actually was on set filming. And with them doing that, man, it became something great. And then for me to have such a great crew that I work with was a huge bonus for me. So.
Well, we're very proud of your work, and one of the things that I am very much interested in hearing about is you mentioned talent, your talent division, and a lot of the talent that you've recruited has been right here in this area. Are they talent that has experience, or are these individuals you're growing? Tell me a little bit more about that piece and and how you derived of that sample.
A lot of the cast are novice. Many of our cast members have had absolutely no acting experience. Now, a couple of them have. James Sims, the actor who plays Art Baxter, has had extensive acting background. And then we also have Aries Marvin Uzzle, who has an extensive acting background. And then we have the actor who plays Byron Scott with some acting background, and who actually graduated from ECU Film School as well.
And Natasha Hoggart had stage experience. So.
But many of them have had absolutely no acting experience. They have a passion for it.
Right.
And that passion actually parlayed into what you see. And that is the ability to allow the audience to believe what they're trying to portray.
Right.
And that is what we bought into.
Okay. That's a great segue into understanding why we do what we do. There's a why. There is a who and a what and where. And those are the questions that people typically want to know about. And it originates with why you do what you do. So we're going to talk a little bit about your mission and your vision and values for the future of Forbidden Fruits and Rain.
Well, for Rain, and part of our tagline is where success is built upon self-empowerment. And that was very important to Norma and I when we developed our divisions and when we developed the company. We want people to feel empowered to go for their dreams. And sometimes it takes support from individuals or the community, or being able to put the right people in the right places and get the audience that you need. But that's something that we felt very passionately about. And so our mission is to do that. And, we try to operate with as much focus on our talent and our partners as we can give them, because everyone, especially that was involved with Forbidden Fruits, everyone was doing it because of the love of what they do. The cast, the crew, the admin staff, everybody was doing it because of love for the project, for the work, for different people. We have people who never acted before and just did it because I called and said, hey, I need, and I think you can do it.
Right.
So, I don't think you can beat that. And that's the type of environment that we try to build, and we try to show that same love to people who have been so supportive for us.
So we have We have the love of writing, we have the love of serving and helping, we have the love of producing, and the three of those together are surmountable. You guys are doing some wonderful things. But we're going to talk a little bit about that as after we come back from our commercial break.
Tired of the frustration and mess that comes with applying and removing a weave? At Morning Glory Products, we're proud to make styling with weaves simple, healthy, and fun. With Grow Protect Solutions, our exclusive crystallizing protective growth serum formulated to protect hair and skin from the harmful effects of bonding glue. Just imagine, no more sticky glue, no more stocking caps, no more paper strips, harsh chemicals, or spending countless hours trying to get the glue out.
Art is only a mere expression of who we really are. It allows you to feel free, free like the rose that grew alone. Sometimes it's only to be looked at in admiration as inspiration. The beauty of art caresses the body and eases the soul. Super 8 clothing brand. Be you in art and wear life your way.
Everybody has a gimmick today. We've got to sell this catering with a gimmick.
A gimmick?
Dickies, take one.
Howdy, folks. Dickey's Catering's like hooking up a chuck wagon and bringing it to your party. With Dickey's full-service catering, we deliver, set up, and clean up. That way you can clown around during your own party. Dang it, Edna, that's enough of this. You know it. At Dickey's, we don't need gimmicks to sell our great barbecue. With food this good, who needs a gimmick? Dickey's, we speak barbecue.
Hello, we're back on the set of Forbidden Fruits, where we've been talking with Norma Warren, Cheryl, Cloyd, Robbins, and TJ Harper about what it takes to produce film and to be an entrepreneur and to, of course, be an author. And we're going to segue into understanding a bit more about what 3 top skill sets are needed in the industry to produce a film. We'll let TJ Harper lead us on that question with Painter Picture Productions.
Well, I would say the top 3 skill sets you need in this industry is passion, grind, and the love for it. You got to have passion for what you're doing because of the long hours it takes on set to produce any kind of production. You can be shooting a 30-second commercial, but it takes hours to get footage for it. But the grinding of the hours is a big part of what it takes, and the love for it. You got to have love for the people who set foundations before you begin in this industry and who made a way for you to be able to showcase your artistic abilities in this industry. And that's why I always show homage to people who came before me with different shots who I think are pretty cool in this industry. So yeah.
So what advice would you give to a student who may be interested in film production? Because we also know that although you may have these wonderful attributes which are required to assure that you're successful in the industry, there's also a foundation. If someone wants to pursue this as a career, what are some of the things that they must begin to think about?
The first thing I want to say is to keep going, because coming out of school, I don't care if you're going to USC, which is one of our top film schools in the country, or like ECU, like I came out of. I'm like one of 2 who are still in this industry, because when you get out of school, you think of this industry as becoming rich. You want to strike rich, but it doesn't happen that way. And you got to keep going, and you gotta look at the people who are before you, and to study their movements and study what they're doing, and you got to have something to run toward, and to keep that passion burning inside of you. about this industry, because it is not easy. You don't strike rich off your first film or your second or your third or fourth. Some people never do it, and you look at some of the directors who I look at. I mean, they never got a big break until they was like in their 40s, mid-40s, and that's okay with me. I never got into this game of thinking, well, I'm gonna be rich. I never did that, and I said I love it. I love it. Every time I'm on set, I love what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm working for some pickup shots for 2 hours, or if I'm doing a whole day of filming for 12 or 14, 16-hour days. I love every minute I'm on set, and when you're on set with me, you can see that passion that I'm just going and happy about it. Just keep that passion burning inside of you, and you'll be fine.
Just as you ordered.
I have what you've been looking for.
TJ, you were talking earlier about the importance of those who came before you in your industry, and how important they were in what you do and your future of film. If there were one person that you could sit down and have a conversation with, who would that be and why?
I will have to take a look and see, because there's multiple people I would like to interview. One would be Martin Scorsese. The things he's done for this industry with his groundbreaking films and things like that. It's nice to see that people are still pushing barriers that were set, and somebody like Hitchcock, who brought you Birds, who brought those futuristic films in present day. That's something I like to show homage to. Great filmmakers who came before me, who set standards in this industry, and who made it a way for people like me coming up, still coming up, to be in the position that we're in now. So those are some of the names that comes to mind off the top. So.
Okay.
Help! Somebody help me!
You've made a very big mistake. See, that's the thing about you little young punks. You don't listen worth a damn. So now you gotta be taught a little lesson.
If there, tell me a little bit about, and I know that in most industry where people are passionate about, they have to endure the concept of financial support.
Mm-hmm.
How did you go about getting the financing to do what it is that you do? And I don't know, I know that Forbidden Fruits and your work as a producer comes under RAIN, and I don't know who may want to talk a little bit about that financing piece, but in entrepreneurship, financing is critical.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important for our audience to know, like, if you're interested, where do we start?
First of all, if you're interested in being an entrepreneur, you have to have a source of revenue, multiple sources of revenue. All of us are still gainfully employed in our 9-to-5s. We have not successfully managed to get off of those 9-to-5s, but hopefully one day we will be able to do that, because we are all very passionate about our entrepreneurial endeavors. But as far as RAIN Incorporated is concerned, our adventures have been financed by Cheryl and I. With that being said, we have also been very successful in being able to partner with a lot of people and getting in-kind contributions from numerous organizations in order to produce Forbidden Fruits. We could not have produced the caliber of show that we have produced without calling in numerous favors. I will not go into the list of people that have contributed to those favors right now because I don't have that list in front of me, and out of fear of not being inclusive of everybody, because that's really important to me to make sure that everybody is included. Because if I'm going to name one, I'm going to name them all. But let me just say this. If it was not for everybody that has contributed to this project, for $0, we would not have been able to produce it.
Wow, so wonderful, awesome collaborations.
Incredible collaborations.
That's
I mean,
wonderful.
I cannot say adequately, I cannot articulate how much support we have received from the community.
And you mentioned earlier in the conversation we were having about a belief system. I think it was you quoted, I believe, the concept of I believe, and the individuals who are supporting you have a sense of belief in what you're doing.
Yeah, this is my thing, Eveangel. I think that people who believe in who you are will pour into what you're doing. I think that a lot of times people don't even necessarily know what we're doing. They just believe that if you have demonstrated a certain level of honesty and integrity and service in the community, that they will pour back into what you have done. It's almost a form of paying it backwards,
Right.
and not necessarily forward. So that's what I think we have been able to do, is reap the harvest of numerous seeds that have already been sown.
Okay. Miss Cloyd Robbins, as the writer of Forbidden Fruits, what do you anticipate 10, 15 years from now?
Oh, wow. I have a whole vision book and board that I created, and it was something that I've seen on the Oprah Life Class, and a bunch of celebrities and people who are really passionate about their gifts have this vision board because it helps you focus. And so I do have some feature movies in mind that I need to get out, and I really want to have that on-screen, big screen production. I don't know about Forbidden Fruits and that kind of thing. That may go for 9 seasons, or it may go for 2. I just don't know. But, I just want to keep writing. I love what I'm doing. And, whatever it is, I just want to put out good work. So,
Amen. Well, thank you. We have been here talking with Norma and Cheryl Cloyd Robbins and TJ Harper. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Take me back to the field, forged in work, sweat and steel. It's a harder road to hoe, but it's the only road I know. Oh, take me back, where every inch is earned back, where the fire burns. Take me back, oh, take me back. Yeah, take me back, oh, take me back.
Art is only a mere expression of who we really are. It allows you to feel free like the rose that grew along. Sometimes it's only to be looked at in admiration as inspiration. The beauty of art caresses the body and eases the soul. Super 8 clothing brand. Be you in art and wear life your way.
We are back on the set with Forbidden Fruits and Norma Warren, Cheryl, Cloyd, Robbins, and TJ Harper. In this next segment, we're going to be talking about what would you characterize as your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur? And we'll begin with Ms. Warren.
My favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur is probably just the freedom of expression, the freedom of being able to pursue something that is completely an embodiment of me. Not having any of the pressures of someone else trying to dictate what should be reflective of reign other than my partner.
Good answer.
Yeah, I would probably piggyback off that and say it's the freedom of expression and the ability to have no boundaries. As we create and become creative, the only person that I have to really bounce things off of and get buy-in from is Norma. And so we can just say, no, we've never done a soap opera before, but let's do it. And I think, being an entrepreneur gives you that freedom and that power. And it's really a feeling of empowerment that you can make your own decisions. You don't have to have any kind of set boundaries or ask any permission. It's just, wherever your courage will take you, that's how far you can go.
And I love that answer, and I'm all about that answer. But I want to add on to I like learning my company. Sometimes you get with these big companies, you have these CEOs who've never started at the bottom, and I've started at the bottom and worked my way up to being the head of the company and to know what my company is about. So if you lose a guy, I can fill right in, or I can get somebody who knows how to fill in, but I know what he's doing. And that's what I like about being an entrepreneur, is being able to know your company from the ground up and to know everything about it.
And that is an extremely important concept, to be able to know from the position of power or from the position of entry to the position of power. And that allows you to be able to fit wherever you need to fit. It's almost like when I watch cheerleaders and their coaches, and if they have a what do you call the person who spots the
I just call them a holder.
right. But anyway, if one of them is missing, then that coach is able to fill in because they know the skill, they know what's required. And so that's a great answer, and I believe that in all of our businesses that's something that we should be in position to know our companies. We're going to allow you right now with one word to characterize your life as an entrepreneur.
Busy. busy, chaotic, busy. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade what we do.
Love it. I mean, like she said, it's a hectic life, but I love it. I enjoy every step of the journey. So
unbalanced. I have not been able to find a healthy balance.
Okay.
I have not. I will admit that.
We'll give you more practice on it.
But in entrepreneurship, that's the life that you lead. That's it's yours, and you will have many sleepless nights, and you will. There is no tiring on this journey because it's yours. You're building your dream and your vision, just as we did for our 9-to-5s, and we believed in their vision and values and missions, and we set the stage for them. We did what we could for them, what we now are able to do for ourselves, and that to me is the concept of entrepreneurship.
I think it is the concept of entrepreneurship, but I do hope and pray to God that I do end up getting a healthy balance, because I think that, you know, even with being an entrepreneur, we do need to have a balance with our personal and professional lives. I don't think it's healthy to continue to have 90% focus in our professional realm and 10% in our personal. I think I've been doing some research on how to have a good work-life balance, and they were talking, something I read about the top 10 most successful tips for an entrepreneur. Going to sleep at a certain time. I have not been able to do that. Now, Cheryl is able to do that.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either, TJ. I have not been able to accomplish that.
But here's
I figured it out.
Here's the thing, if we can be candid. There's only 24 hours, and you're going to get up and do the same thing the next day. So you're going to get up very early. But how are you going to get up very early if you don't get any rest?
Exactly.
It is not that easy, though. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you are in the early stages of entrepreneurship, you have a very small workforce.
True.
And when you have a limited workforce, there is an inequity of work that's on certain people.
Right.
Okay? So let's just be real if you're going to be candid about it.
Yes.
Some of us are going to sleep and some of us are not.
Yeah.
And especially if that workforce is not equitable. So, I mean, and that's not to say that it's not how it's supposed to be, too, because some of us have strengths in certain areas and weaknesses in others. And so with that being said, when you're going to have a successful business, you have to play off of each other. And it just works out for us that most of the time I'm up. Doing what I do. And I'm not complaining about that, but I'm saying unless we can bring in additional people, which we do, we have a wonderful admin staff. Shonda Bullock and Dantia Freeman are just godsends to our business, and we would not be able to do what we do without those two individuals, and we thank God for them. But even with them, we are growing so much that it takes additional people for us. So.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. As an entrepreneur myself, I have had many sleepless nights because my vision is my vision. It's for real. And so with that said, I still think it's extremely important for me to find a balance, and the only way I'm going to do that to be the best me that I can be is I have got to incorporate some of these concepts of assuring that I'm getting my rest, that I'm reading what's going on in the world very early in my day, and that I'm on top of my game. And so as we progress, we'll be able to implement some of these things. So eventually you're going to find your work-life balance, and with the more you train those individuals who are coming on board with RAIN and your production company, you will eventually get to that point where you will find a healthy balance. And
with additional people,
you will. And I do truly believe with all that you're doing with RAIN that there's going to be a blessing. Your arms aren't big enough to receive all the work that you're doing. And so with that said, I think in entrepreneurship and setting our platform, which you've have done so well, that you have to distinguish yourselves from the crowded playing field. And I want to know what that's like for you. What strategies, what makes you different from the rest in your industry?
The determination factor is big in any field. I don't care if you're, where I come from, we call picking cotton. I don't care if you're picking cotton or flipping a hamburger. It's your determination factor in the industry. But I always feel like, I'm getting introduced into a field that's already been there, and so that field has already been large enough. But it's going to make room for TJ Harper. I guarantee that because of my determination factor, and I feel like it's a lot more people that I'm gonna make room for when they come in and stuff like that. So I don't look at it as a crowded field because I believe everybody can play, and you know,
There's enough room.
there's enough room for everybody.
Cheryl?
Well, I don't think that creativity is a finite thing. I think it's infinite, and there's always room to create something beautiful, something, you know, special, something inspiring. And so, you know, I really kind of block out the noise of a crowded industry and just try to focus on creating something that is representative of what I want to put out. So,
Really different.
yeah, and just do it my way. I mean, nobody's gonna experience it the way I've experienced it, or film it the way TJ's gonna film it, or market it the way Norma's gonna market and sell it. So it's just, I mean, you can have chicken breast, but it's gonna be 50,000 versions of a chicken breast.
Right,
So.
right. Norma?
I think what we try to concentrate on is the nurturing part. Rain is about making sure that people understand that not only do the people that work with us, work for us, and the people that we are going to be eventually working with, we are going to produce a product that is going to nurture and empower whoever it is that's going to touch and receive it. And so if we have to put out any type of niche or any type of, I guess, marketing brand about Rain Incorporated, it is indeed where success is built upon self-empowerment, but it is also where the person who receives what we produce is going to feel as though what we gave them will take them to the next level. So Rain is about the nurturing component of their power.
And we thank you all so very much, Miss Norma and Miss Cloyd Robbins and TJ Harper, for joining me here on the set of Forbidden Fruits. And I'm your host, Eveangel Savage with Audacity Group Social Enterprise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.